There are places on Earth that history remembers. And then there are places that history itself cannot fully explain. Rising from the windswept plain of southern England, Stonehenge does not merely stand in the landscape, it confronts it. A ring of colossal stones, carved by forgotten hands and lifted by impossible ambition. It feels less like a monument and more like a message sent across the abyss of time. Before kingdoms, before empires, before the names of nations were spoken, this silent giant was already watching the sun rise over the horizon. As if it had been placed there not by a people, but by a purpose. At first glance, it is austere, bare stone, open sky, empty field, and yet the moment you see it, the silence changes, the air thickens with meaning. Each massive pillar seems charged with a presence larger than architecture, larger than archaeology, larger even than memory. These stones were hauled from distant lands without engines, without steel, without machines. Some came from quarries hundreds of miles away. Somehow, in an age we call primitive, human beings accomplished something so monumental that even now, in the age of satellites and skyscrapers, it still feels unreal. Stonehenge is not impressive because it is old. It is impressive because it still refuses to become ordinary. And that is what makes it matter. Stonehenge is not just a relic of prehistoric Britain. It is one of humanity's earliest declarations that we were capable of more than survival. Here, on this open plain, our ancestors did something extraordinary. They turned stone into ceremony, landscape into meaning, and the sky itself into a kind of language. This was not random construction. It was vision, a place aligned with the movements of the sun, where light and shadow arrived with astonishing precision. On the summer solstice, dawn breaks in direct harmony with the monument's axis, as if the builders were not merely observing the heavens, but speaking with them. Stonehenge reveals a civilization already looking beyond the ground beneath its feet and toward the cosmic order above. But for all that science has uncovered, the deeper truth remains hidden behind the stone. Why was it built? Was it a sacred temple? A burial ground? An astronomical observatory? A place of healing? A gateway between the living and the dead? Every answer seems to open another question. Human remains found nearby suggest ritual and reverence. The celestial alignment suggests knowledge of the heavens. The scale suggests social coordination so advanced it should not have existed in such an early age. Stonehenge is a contradiction carved in rock, ancient, yet astonishingly sophisticated, familiar, yet forever foreign. It stands at the border between myth and mathematics, between faith and engineering. And perhaps the greatest mystery is not how the stones were raised, but why this circle still grips the human imagination with such force. Because Stonehenge is more than an archaeological puzzle. It is a mirror held up to civilization itself. It reminds us that even the first great builders were driven by questions we still ask today. Why are we here? What lies beyond death? How do we find order in the vastness above us? We look at Stonehenge and see the distant past. But what echoes back is something painfully current, the longing to leave meaning behind. To build something that time cannot erase. Modern roads hum nearby, cameras flash, tourists arrive from every corner of the world. And still, the monument does not yield. It does not explain itself. It does not soften. It simply endures, ancient against modernity, silent against certainty, eternal against the briefness of human life. Stonehenge was already old when the ancient world was young. It has outlived languages, religions, dynasties, and wars. And perhaps that is its final power. Not that it gives us answers, but that it survives as a question too great to die. Because Stonehenge is not just a circle of stone in England. It is the shadow of a forgotten mind, and the heartbeat of eternity set in rock.